Hi friends, welcome to Story Time with Mrs. Fontenot. I'm going to read you a book tonight that I really love. It's really important to me. It's called When Sophie Thinks She Can't. Now, is there ever a time where you're trying to do something and you can't do it? And maybe you feel sad like Sophie, maybe you feel angry or mad, or maybe you feel frustrated. Have you ever felt that way when you couldn't do something? Yeah, me too. So this book is going to help us when we're having a hard time with something, okay? Because we don't want to focus on that we can't do something. It just means we can't do it yet, okay? That's why we practice. That's why we try our best. And that's why we ask for help so we can get better at things, okay? Now, I know that working at home can be really hard because Mrs. Fontenot is not there to help you. And sometimes you might not even have a parent home to help you. It may just be you, maybe your brother or sister, and you might get frustrated or sad that you can't do something. So this book is going to help us to work through those times at home when we're feeling a little down that we're having trouble with our learning, okay? Or maybe even something else like your chores. Maybe you're having trouble making your bed by yourself, okay? Anything that we're doing. And just to remind you, the author's name is at the bottom. This is by Molly Bang. And I'm assuming that she illustrated it too. I'm going to move this so you can see it, hopefully in the light a little bit better. Sophie loves working in the vegetable garden and exploring the woods. But today it's pouring rain and Sophie's inside trying and trying to build puzzle pieces into a square. Sophie's sister walks by. She moves the pieces and suddenly they all fit perfectly. Too bad you're not smart, said her sister, and she walked away. She called Sophie not smart. Was that very nice? No, she broke two of our rules. She broke I can be a good friend and I can be kind. It's okay if Sophie can't do the puzzle. That doesn't mean she's not smart. It just means that she hasn't figured it out yet. She's still very smart. Have you ever had a brother or sister tell you something like that? How did that make you feel? Yeah, I would feel that way too. That was not a very nice thing that her sister did. The next day is sunny. Not sunny for Sophie. I can't do anything, she thinks. She drags her feet all the way to school. How do you think she's feeling? Yeah, I think she's feeling pretty sad. Oh no! What's the one word on the board? Let's see, can we sound that out? This is tricky because it says art. Smart. Smart! You got it. Kiss your brain because you are smart. How do we become smart? Asked Miss Mullery. Nobody knows the answer. They all think you have to be born smart. Do you want to know a secret? You don't have to be born smart. You get smart by growing your brain, and that is what we are doing in kindergarten. So you were doing a great job growing your brain and getting smart. All right, the teacher says, flex those strong muscles of yours. Okay, flex them. All the children flex their muscles. Our muscles get stronger when we exercise, right? When we exercise our brains by thinking hard, our brain gets stronger too. Did you hear that? You can exercise your brain by thinking and learning. You can get your brain strong like a muscle by doing your learning. Oh, that is awesome. All right. Now we've been learning about rectangles and squares. Rectangle, 4 sides, 4 right angles, opposite sides equal length and parallel. That means that we have 2 short sides and 2 long sides. Square, a rectangle, but all sides are equal. Okay, they're all the same. Today we will exercise our brains with a math puzzle using squares and rectangle. But I can't do puzzles, Sophie thinks. I know I have strong muscles, I'm good at soccer, and I work hard in the garden. I can't do puzzles, and I'm never smart at math. Okay, now, one of our rules is I can be a good friend. One of our rules is I can be a good friend. Another one is I can be kind. Is Sophie being very kind to herself right now? No. Is she being a very good friend to herself? No, she's saying that she can't do it, that she's not good at it, but that is not how we grow our brain. What you say is you say, I don't know, but I'm going to try. Or I'm having a hard time, so I'm going to ask for help. So what do you think Sophie should do right now? I think you're right. That's a good answer. But Miss Mallory is talking. You're going to build a bigger rectangle out of 12 small squares. How many different rectangles can you make? Use the tools at your table or come up with another way. All right, so they've got to make rectangles with these. So let's see what happens. I can't do it, says Sophie. Make your brain stronger, whispers Paula. Just try. Paula gathers a pile of square tiles. Think hard, Sophie, whispers Andrew. He takes a sheet of graph paper. Sophie sits and stares and stares. Maybe she can draw them. Her friends are trying to help her. They're being very good friends. They're following our rules. Oh, Sophie does draw squares, but her squares are all different sizes. Paula has too many tiles. Andrew's graph paper has too many little squares. This problem is too hard. Miss Mallory is smiling. She speaks to the class. I see you mathematicians struggling. Now's the time to use the most important word. The word is yet. You haven't figured it out yet. Keep working, keep trying, and you will. So that's what I want you to say. If you have something hard, don't say I can't. Say I can't yet, but I'm going to figure it out, okay? Paul, Andrew, and Sophie work hard. Paula takes on 12 tiles and builds them into a rectangle. Andrew marks a red X in each square as he counts them. Sophie thinks of her garden. Her garden is a rectangle. The vegetables are in straight lines. So Sophie draws a line with 12 different vegetables in it. She draws squares around the 12 vegetables. Look, using her garden, did she make all those squares into a rectangle? She did! She did it! Let's see if she figures out that she did it. Paula, Andrew, and Sophie count the different rectangles for different kinds. But Sophie is worried. Mine's not a rectangle, she groans. It's too long. But it is a rectangle, Paula. It said it's a very long rectangle. Look, it still has 2 short sides and 2 long sides. And they all say, we did it! Meanwhile, Miss Mallory looks at the rectangles the other students have made. 6 rectangles. You all did it, she said. Smarter. You've worked hard and gotten stuck. You've used the most important word yet. You've tried and tried again, helped each other and solved it. Those brains of yours have certainly gotten stronger. Sophie feels the sun on her face. I solved the puzzle, she laughs, and it was a math puzzle. I did it and I can do it again. I'm getting smarter. When Sophie gets home, her dad has a puzzle too. I can't figure out how to fix this cabinet door, he said. Dad, said Sophie, you have to use the most important word. You can't figure it out yet. Can I help? And you know what? They did fix it together. The end. So, how did Sophie feel at the beginning of the book? Do you remember? Yeah, she was feeling really sad. How did she feel at the end of the book? Yeah, she was happy because she learned that you can do it if you keep trying and you keep growing your brain. She even got to help her dad solve a puzzle when earlier in the book she couldn't do puzzles at all. So that's what I want you to do. Instead of feeling sad or angry or frustrated or saying, I can't, I want you to say, I can't yet, but I'm going to keep trying. And I want you to grow that brain and keep practicing even if it's not perfect, because remember, we can make new mistakes, okay? So I want you to keep trying your schoolwork, keep trying to read and sound out those words, keep practicing your counting and your adding and subtracting, and just keep doing the best that you can. And know that I am so proud of you, and you are doing a great job growing your brain strong. I love you, everyone. Have a good night.